forward Cooper Flagg was voted NBA Rookie of the Year at age 19. Flagg is the second youngest NBA player to win the award. LeBron was the first. He was also 19 when he won Rookie of the Year in 2004. Flagg, the number one pick in the 2025 draft, led the Mavericks with 21 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
When the story gets twisted, who's going to tell the truth? When they cut the microphones, who's still talking? When history gets rewritten, who remembers what really happened? We do. KBLA Talk 1580. Black media isn't just important right now, it's essential. Because when mainstream outlets move on, we stay. When the headlines ignore our communities, we don't. When decisions are being made that affect black lives in our schools, our neighborhoods, our economy, KBLA is in the room. This is more than radio. This is a lifeline, a record, a rallying cry. Black stories, black voices, black power.
The heat is on.
On the air and in the culture. KBLA Talk 1580. Stay connected. Stay informed. Stay loud.
Stand up.
KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to First Things First. I'm James Farr. I'm sitting in for Dominique DePrima all week, and we have just a jam-packed schedule all week long. Election coverage. Dominique has curated some conversations, and I'm grateful that she's allowed me to be curious in these conversations and talk with the candidates. We have one of the smartest audiences out there, and I know that y'all are paying attention. I know that y'all will be hitting the polls in June. Ballots come out May 4th, next Monday, so make sure that you're checking with them and you know, check in with us here at KBLA. You know, we got your black, and we have the most comprehensive coverage, as I've said over and over again this week. But right now I am joined in studio. He is the senior pastor of the historical Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church, located in downtown Boyle Heights region of Los Angeles. He is the Los Angeles president and Western regional director of the Reverend Al Sharpton Al Sharpton's organization. And right now, you know, he has a new book. And if Miles, can we get a ISO on this? He has a new book out, which is entitled "Born to Make a Difference." And you know, I want to welcome the good pastor, good doctor, good brother. I think this is my second time sitting down with you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. It's our second time together, and I'm so grateful to be here early in the morning here at KBLA. Shout out to our queen, Dominique DePrima, and thank you so much for that kind and wonderful introduction. Many individuals know I'm always connected to Reverend Al through the work, but graciously, I'm just a janitor and a member of the National Action Network now. I'm actually the Western Regional Director of an organization called Impact.
Impact, that's right.
Mobilizing preachers and communities. That's the work that we jumped in October of last year.
That's right.
That is growing rapidly here in the city, and we're at the forefront. We're on a mission. We're on a.
Well, let's do that before we get into the other stuff. Let's center first where you at right now.
Yes, sir.
What is because that's right. The last time we were here, you had just launched Impact.
That's right.
But catch us back up. What is Impact?
Yeah.
And how is it impacting? I guess that's a straightforward question, huh?
That's a good question. You know, Impact mobilizing preachers and communities. This is an organization designed to mobilize our church and to mobilize our community. We all know the need of social justice, individuals out there speaking out for situations that's happening all across our city. We all know the appalling silence of the church. I was president of the Baptist Ministers Conference here in Los Angeles, and we start moving towards organizing churches. And so we're just carrying on the work of organizing the church and community where we can make a greater impact in our community. And we're so grateful to have started in October of 2025, and we have currently mobilized over 100 plus pastors in the city. We have more pastors than any organization here in the city, and we're really gearing towards making Los Angeles and California a better place to live. That's how we roll.
Why do you know, because some churches are very timid. Some pastors are very timid.
Of course.
And I don't know if timid is the right way to frame it, right?
It's okay.
And I don't want to say scared,
Yeah.
perhaps not comfortable.
Right.
But why aren't more kind of picking up that cross? Because, somewhere I read one of our greatest social justice warriors and advocates went by the name of Jesus.
You're so right.
Christ, right? Jesus of Nazareth.
That's right.
So why aren't others picking up that mantle, picking up that cross, and getting out of the four walls and serving?
That's a good question, and it's a question I've been answering for the last 20 plus years of being an activist here in the city of Los Angeles, almost 30 years. The reality is that not everyone is called to the highways and byways. Some pastors choose to live a comfortable life between the four walls and just teaching the message of Christ. Others, like myself, we're not afraid to get down and dirty, but I just say everybody's ministry is different. People are not on the front line. People are not, are asked to be riskful. Some people just want to focus on the message of Christ, and I understand that. But I try to preach the total message.
Is that the selective message of Christ?
It's what,
because some of them,
it's what their calling is, and that's the beauty of running an organization like Impact. Impact allows us to help pastors understand the dirty work. I mean, not the dirty work. Well, just the community work. The community work.
You gotta get your hands dirty. That's what you meant.
You gotta shine light on dark situations. Not all pastors are able to do that, so they will in line and get behind an organization like Impact and say, help me, because I have members of my church that's literally out there in the neighborhood, and I don't want them to get involved with the wrong folks. So I know this is the organization that's geared towards championing and building communities in a positive manner. So everybody's not called to do what we're called to do, but they can sure depend on us to help them to get to where they need to be. So all pastors call me. You know my number.
Yeah, that is the voice of Senior Pastor Reverend K.W.
Yes, sir.
Is it a prerequisite as a senior pastor to have an initial?
You know what? That's why.
Great Reverend Dr. E.V. Hill, right?
H.B. Charles, all of them.
C.W. Clark, right? Is that a requirement?
No, listen, that's something that I went to as a young preacher. Okay. And I like the way the K.W. flows. If you want to know what K.W. means, you got to buy my book.
He is a new man in Christ. That's what he's telling you.
Yes,
that is the voice of Senior Pastor K.W. Tullis, who is the pastor of the Weller, and I'm pronouncing it right.
Pronouncing it right. Weller Street
Missionary Baptist Church. He's helping me understand why some clergy, members of the cloth, would rather DoorDash some social justice as opposed to, as he's chosen, to actually get his hands dirty and out there breaking up that fish and that bread and actually serving the community. We're going to continue this conversation when we come forward. He has a new book out. Y'all can see it. It is Born to Make a Difference. That is a That's a statement, and I want to learn more. We're going to share more with you. Stay with us only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
Where the overlooked become unmissable. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, host of The Voice of Reason, weeknights at 7 p.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580, with a personal invitation for you to join me and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box, live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater, Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm, and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Bakoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Jashana Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's right. Well, you're not waking up to Dominique DePrima. You are waking up to James Farr. I am sitting in for Dominique DePrima all week long with the smartest and most comprehensive election coverage. You know, we got to get involved here. My wife said I told people not to vote yesterday, and I didn't say that, Pastor. I'm also joined by, in studio by Pastor K.W. Tullis, and we're going to get into this book in just a few minutes. Let me clarify, right? I don't go back on my words on air. I said what I said, and I meant what I said, right? What I said is patriotism looks different for everybody. Right. And if your form of protest or patriotism is to not vote, I'm cleaning it up a little bit, then I respect it. I don't maybe not agree with it, but I'm not going to tell you that just because you don't vote that you're less than being patriotic, nor am I going to go down that hole of, you know, what our ancestors died for, because I don't know for a fact that all our ancestors died for me just to have. I think freedom and a few other things might have kind of, anyway, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Don't keep digging that hole.
Don't do it, bro. Especially because I can take you, but I can't take her. So.
No, yes, sir. You gotta go home.
Absolutely. So born to make a difference, but I thought this morning I was born to lose, but now I didn't receive the word, right? Born to make a difference. Who are you though? Like what, like, I'm trying to build up to this difference. I don't know if you started out making a difference, although I know when you were created, you're one-on-one.
Yeah.
There's no other.
Yeah.
But who are you?
Man, I'm K.W. Toulis, born in Compton. Born to a 16-year-old mother, a young woman who dreamed just to make the best for her child at the time. But I'm one that was born in the neighborhood, seen and raised in South Los Angeles, went to all the local schools here in Los Angeles, graduated from Locke High School, home of the Saints. Not knowing that I will be representing the Saints down the line, but the reality is I'm a product of the community, one that have seen so much, and I have outlined all those things in this book of Born to Make a Difference.
Let me ask you a question, because it's something just popped out
That's
at me,
good.
right?
That's good.
And I want to frame this the right way. So. I've never said to someone, my mother was 28 years old and married.
Yeah.
And I was the third of three. That's never been a part of my introduction.
Right.
And I think I understand, but I'm going to be curious here.
Yeah.
Why is it important that you've kind of pointed out that mom was because my big mama and my nana were all teenage moms in a different relational structure. But the novelty of 16 isn't a big deal, at least in my world. So why is that important for you?
It's important because my mother is probably one of the biggest influence and inspiration to my life and ministry. A big part of my story is because of some of the things that my mother went through as a young woman, as she evolved into the woman of God she is today. So when I point out that she was a 16, she was young. She started off with a disadvantage of having a child, and she turned that what would be as a negative point to some into a positive point, because now she's a born again, Bible believing, outreach working sister for God. And so when I say that in a way of saying my life was attached to her, and as she has grown and evolved, my life also, my walk with Christ, my walk in ministry, my love for people, it was all inspired by my mother. And so when I say that statement of her being a 16, she started off at a disadvantage with a child at a young age, but she did not allow that disadvantage to stop her from being the progressive and beautiful mother and beautiful community member she is today. So when I say that, I connect my story to her. Understood.
So what was it like in the 70s?
Yeah.
Right. Growing up in Compton.
Yeah.
Did mom have her own place?
No,
I'm trying to see the dynamics.
When we talk about that village, I think of the village my mother had. She had a mother that loved her, a father that loved her, and she had siblings that loved her. So everybody raised me.
You was everybody,
I
baby.
was everybody, baby.
I understand that.
I was the first grandson, and so I wasn't the first grandchild, I was the first grandson. And so she had that village. She had that village of support. I had a great grandmother that raised me. So with that being said, I'm thankful for that family dynamics of a village, a family that prays together, stays together is the cliche, but a family that can work together. I mean, you can build an empire. You can be, and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve and we have to get to that dynamics of really appreciating family. There's too many families that's torn apart by pettiness, and the reality is I have a family currently today that believe in supporting, encouraging, and being there, and that family has stuck with me all the way through ministry today.
Was she judged? I mean, I understand the love.
Yeah, of course.
I understand the love.
16 years old in the late 70s. I was born in the late 70s. of course she was looked upon because she had a baby, but she didn't allow those things to stop her from achieving the goals that she had in life. And you got to read the book, because the book, it talks about a lot of our evolving, how we evolved together, how, from Compton to South Los Angeles, to my raising in the streets of South LA. It talks about all those things and how it all pointed back, drug addiction. We talk about the community being a plight where drugs is coming into our community and destroying generations of family. And we have a little bit of that too. But at the end of the day, it was a bigger purpose because I was born to make a difference.
Her upbringing, her challenges.
Yeah.
How did it inform you, right? Like, so you're watching mom, and I'm understanding that 16 years is a long ways until you're 40 and mom's 56, right? Like the ages they start to get they shrink a little bit on you, right?
When me and moms are out, they call her my sister.
You 16, she 32, right? They looking at you.
Yeah, that's your big sister. No, that's my mom.
That's my mom.
Listen, at the end of the day, like I say, my life is so connected to my mother, and I'm thankful for all that she went through. My mother is probably the most transparent, the most open. She's not afraid to share her testimony of where God has brought her from, and that helps me as a man of God, as a preacher, as a pastor, to be as transparent, because if my mother went through so many of the things that she went through and is not ashamed about it and can wear it and say, look at where I'm at now, I too make mistakes, and I too have situations in life that I'm not too proud about, but I can wear it. I can take ownership. I can be that person, that I can be that example to the next man, because you never know who's watching you. You never know who's looking at you and admiring the work that you're doing. But behind that work is a story. And so Born to Make a Difference is that story. A lot of people wonder, how is it that you got to where you are? Check out Born to Make a Difference. It wasn't Reverend Sharpton. It wasn't the others around me that pushed me there. It was my mother and her heroic works that she displayed through living a life, and God really directing her.
Well, I don't want to give everything in the book, right? Because they got to read it, because it's some gems in there, right?
Oh, yes.
It's gems, bars, nuggets, however really it's a gift, and it's a personal testament, and written from you. If you will allow me to be a little bit more curious and ask this question, because I grew up in Northern California. We didn't have community organizations in the way that they're structured here, right? There's a different dynamic politics.
You had the Black Panthers.
Yeah. No, that was, but I'm talking about some of our other community organizations, right? And I'm going to foolishly say this, because it was said to me by one of my children's friends' parents, right?
Okay.
As a cousin and I were talking about life and growing up and the richness of the neighborhood and community and all the stuff that we know to be black, right? That side, and in between, the stratosphere, right?
Yeah.
And she says to us, to our surprise, is that what kept you out of gangs? We were talking about sports, church, So the first thing is, there were no gangs in our community, in the way that you would identify gangs in Los Angeles.
Right.
You had neighborhoods, you had things, right? You had one of the most murderous cities at its time by population. I'm speaking about Richmond, California. So we're no stranger. We wasn't Mayberry. That is not what it was, but it wasn't that. Right. So if you will allow me the permission to ask you,
please,
how did that keep you off from coming off the porch? Because I think society may assume, teenage mama, you're going to be off the hook.
Man, listen, I was born in Compton, raised in South Los Angeles, the heart of South Los Angeles, and the culture of gangs was all around me. But I'm thankful that, I had a single mother, but I had mentors, I had teachers, I had individuals that really poured into my life. I had individuals like Jim Brown, Akil Sherrills, who, as a high school kid, they was actually our teachers. They was actually showing up to Locke High School at 7 o'clock in the morning, encouraging us, inspiring us that we can, that I know, Amira, I can.
What was that Jim Brown moment?
Yeah,
what did you take away from the late great Jim Brown?
I didn't write about it in my book, but Jim Brown, just the aura of Jim Brown when he walks in a room, it's like he demands that respect. I mean, that firm handshake, his Kofi on his head, and strong black men that that you look up to from TV, from sports. I mean, this man is coming down each and every day with Reggie Andrews to come to Locke High School just to say to me as a young man that you are special. You are somebody. You don't have to, abide by the gang culture. You can keep moving in a direction. So with that being said, I felt I was too good to gang bang, so I wasn't, I found Christ at a young age, and I found my calling at a young age. And at the end of the day, with those mentors, with my mother, with my uncle, with my aunts, they all encouraged me to go in the right way. And you got to surround yourself with good friends too, man, because I say your friends can motivate you to just really achieve. Right. I mean, I have a good brother, Corey Higgins. I say his name because he might be listening now. That brother, man, he showed me it was cool to make straight A's. You know what I mean? I was a straight F student in 9th grade. But
proud of it too.
I didn't. Hey man, I had no other choice. But I saw brothers like that striving and still clowning, and I said, if he can do it, if this clown can do it, I can do it too. And so, I mean, you got to have some good, positive, strong people around you, and the culture is there, and we know the violence that's within our neighborhood, but we're better than that, and we have to start loving each other. And I'm thankful for that good that family environment that allowed me to understand that it's much bigger than what we're at. The world is much bigger than where we're at. And we have to strive to see that world.
That is the voice of Senior Pastor Reverend K.W. Toulis, and we're getting a little bit of an origin story, right? We have this book in hand, right? This is a finished project, right?
Finished project.
But it is not the completed body of work from this great man of God, but it is something that you can hold in your hand, and I can appreciate the vulnerability that it takes to pen some of these stories and be open and transparent to share some of this with a wider audience. Listen, brother, when we come forward, I want to talk about the importance of the mentorship and some of those positive examples that you saw that helped shape you to be born to make a difference. All right, can we continue that conversation when we come forward? Only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Chicago's Black Mayor Brandon Johnson is launching a year-round youth peacekeeping program.
We will issue $900,000 in grants to trusted and experienced violence prevention organizations to execute this program.
The initiative hires young people ages 16 to 24 to help prevent violence through conflict resolution and community support, with adult advisors providing mentorship. Conservative commentator Candace Owens is denying claims of a security threat tied to a controversial event at the University of Georgia. Owens says the UGA chapter leader resigned over internal issues and calls reports of safety concerns surrounding Erica Kirk's appearance pure fiction. And Megan Thee Stallion said she's ended her relationship with NBA star Klay Thompson. The rapper posted messages accusing Thompson of cheating, saying trust and fidelity are non-negotiable. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500 plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CummonsRecall.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The NBA dipped into the paychecks of Lakers guards Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard. Both were penalized by the league for confronting the referees after the Lakers' Game 4 loss in Houston on Sunday. Smart was fined $35,000, Kennard $25,000. The Lakers have a 3-1 lead over Houston in the best of 7. Game 5 is Wednesday night at Crypto.com. The Lakers will play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the next round if they eliminate Houston Wednesday. The defending NBA champions swept Phoenix Monday night. Dallas Mavericks forward Cooper Flagg was voted NBA Rookie of the Year at age 19. Flagg is the second youngest NBA player to win the award. LeBron was the first. He was also 19 when he won Rookie of the Year in 2004. Flagg, the number 1 pick in the 2025 draft, led the Mavericks with 21 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
You better work.
She's rooted in culture and rising in power. Los Angeles City Council member Karen D. Price Jr. invites you to the District 9 Women's Leadership Summit, a powerful gathering celebrating the women who shape our communities. Join us Sunday, May 3rd from 1 to 6 p.m. Registration is open now, but space is limited. District 9 residents receive special priority. This event is free. Call 323-846-2651 to reserve your spot. That's 323-846-2651. Be rooted, be powerful, be there.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. Things are changing fast and no one knows what comes next. Times like these make you realize just how important it is to be prepared. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. They're America's #1 most trusted resource for survival food, solar power, water filtration systems, and more. Go to preparewithamerica.com to unlock a special offer that'll help you get ready for whatever comes our way. Go to preparewithamerica.com to see the special offer right now. That's preparewithamerica.com.
The joint will be jumping. Ebony Repertory Theater, in association with Fig Street Films, brings you one of the most beloved musicals of all time. Tony Award winner, Ain't Misbehavin'. The soulful, swinging celebration of the music of Fats Waller. From the rollicking to the romantic, this show is pure magic, full of the songs that defined an era and the voices that'll make you forget everything else for a night. Foot stomping, heart stirring, unforgettable. Don't miss Ain't Misbehavin' at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center, starring Lettucey, directed by Ren T. Brown. This is the night out you've been waiting for. Tickets are going fast, so don't wait. Grab yours now at ebonyrep.org or call the box office today at 323-964-9766. Ebony Repertory Theater, bringing the culture, keeping the legacy alive.
Ain't Misbehavin' runs May 21st through June 8th at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center. Get your tickets now.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
That's right. Love always wins, and we certainly need more love. I'm James Farr. I'm sitting in for Dominique DePrima. Yes, I do host Conversation Live. Altadena Rising, which airs every Saturday at 10 a.m. with a replay on Sundays at 11 a.m. It's a show of record. We're chronicling and documenting for the nation that deadly, devastating Altadena Eaton Canyon fire, and it's a lot, folks. Right now, I am in studio with the good brother, Pastor K.W. Toulis, who is senior pastor of the Wheeler Missionary Baptist Church, and we are getting into his book that he wrote, Born to Make a Difference. And you know, that is something that certainly calls a question,
Yes.
but it is also a statement. It's not I'm making.
No.
It's make. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
So
Yeah.
I understand. We were talking earlier, and I appreciate you indulging my curiosity. Right?
No, it's all good.
And with my non-melanated take on that because I was just curious, how did you hear so many things and things are perceived of how our black boys turn out and kind of in the framing of what baked into them and what's sitting in front of me debunks or certainly isn't consistent. I know that as a black man that we are who we are and we are different, and our environment isn't always the circumstances of who we ultimately are. We were talking about mentors. You talked about Jim Brown coming into to your school and at Locke, and your friend who clowned and still got straight A's.
Oh, yeah.
And the importance of that idea of seeing someone and understanding that that's who you can become, and in many cases are still on the road, right? Who were some of the other ones, and what were some of the lessons that you learned with the mentorship?
Well, I mean, if you read the book Born to Make a Difference, I'm a pastor, of course, so of course a big influence of my life was my childhood pastor, Dr. L.C. Carter. He showed me the importance of going beyond the walls to make a difference, going beyond the walls to love on God's children, be it the prostitute, be it the gang member, be it the community. I mean, he showed me the process of marching to bring highlights and bring a light to unjust situations. So Dr. L.C. Carter, pastor the First Antioch Missionary Baptist Church in Los Angeles, he took me up under his wing as a young person as my mother found this church, and this church became a big part of my life because it showed me the importance of a church, and so
what is the importance of a church?
The church serves so many roles, man. When I look at how the church treated my mother, who was looking for hope, looking for an opportunity to start over, it was the church that really rallied around my mother. It was the church that was there when she completed 30 days of sobriety. They was there cheering. When she did 60 days, they was there cheering. When she wanted to get right and get married, the church put on a wedding for her.
Wow.
So I'm talking about the power of the real church, the community of the church. And First Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, as a young man, as a 13-year-old, and the pastor was leading that charge. So not only was he making an impact on my life, he was making an impact on the community, on the world, and he was truly probably the greatest pastor influence I had, because it shaped me and it helped me to look beyond those four walls that we talked about earlier, to a world that was made up of many different factors.
So how does that KW, right?
Yeah.
Go from congregant.
Yeah.
Receive that call.
Yeah.
Right. And folks that's listening, I'm not talking about somebody text him or hit him on the landline, right? That we say the call, in culture, right? The calling. That word from God that was it a burning bush? Were you up on a mountain? Had you found your own wilderness to be lost in for 40 days and 40 nights?
Listen, I was young. I was 13, 14 years old. I found a home in the church. I found work in the church. I became a pastor, armor bearer, and that was like, I'm a big guy.
Was you a junior deacon first?
I was a junior deacon.
Now I trust you. Go ahead, brother.
I was a junior deacon. I was all of those things. And I was my pastor. I mean, he really took me under the wings. He taught me about the birds and the bees. What kind of pastor teach you about the birds and bees? I was raised by a single mama, so he had to teach me certain aspects of life, and this man did that. And I'm grateful for that. And with that being said, that calling, as you talked about, it was a calling that I felt in my heart. I really didn't understand it. And so I had to do some wilderness. I had to get out of high school. And then, I accepted that calling because I knew my place was always to be that light and of the church.
Let me ask you a question,
Yes.
brother, because it's something that delegation y'all don't know. I'm a second generation
I know
preacher's
you
kid,
are.
right? Pastor's kid, and I never had the opportunity to ask my grandfather this, my late grandfather, or even my late father this. So
Yes.
this is, and I know a gaggle of pastors and preachers, so there's no shortage of them.
Right.
But I feel like I want to know right now, what is that call? What does it sound like? What is it? Is it in your ears? Is it in your heart? Is it an itch on the bottom of your foot? What is it?
Man, it's something within you so strong that you can't resist.
Mm-hmm.
It's you knowing your purpose. It's you understanding that it's much bigger than being at the club or being somewhere at night that you shouldn't be at. It's a urging. It's a yearning to just go closer to Him. So that call is something. Again, I experienced. I felt the calling at the age of 15, but of course, you try to avert it. You try to live your life. You try to be the normal teenager. You want to play football, but when you're playing football, you become the chaplain of the team. You're like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Why I have to lead prayer every football game? You know what I mean? Because it was just something within me. So within that realm, it's a yearning, and it's something. Again, when God calls you to do something, He's going to continue to put that burden in your spirit. A calling can also be a burden because sometimes you don't want to do what God wants you to do, and you might end up going on the wrong way.
It sounds like my big mama saying, "Whoop him, Lord,
hey,
whoop him."
And God has a way of getting your attention. Sometimes God arrests you in a storm, as
Yes, sir.
Jonah.
Yeah.
The reality is, when God calls you to do something, and when you feel that spirit, you just got to do it. In the word of Mikey.
So inside these pages in this book, Born to Make a Difference, you talk about the calling you received, right?
Yes.
Do you address those who feel God isn't hearing them?
Yeah.
Who make that call?
Yeah.
Were you ever at that point?
Of course. Sometimes, you revert doing things the way you want to do it. That's just part of life.
Yeah.
You're going to make decisions. But every decision you make, we know that the word tells us that all things work together for the good. I mean, even the good, the bad, and the good. It all works to your good. And I'm thankful that through my life journey, through my trials, tribulations, through my ups and my downs, God has brought me to this point to be the pastor, the father, the friend, the son that I am today. And so everything in life happens for a reason, but we have to understand it's a bigger purpose for everything that you're going through. There's a greater purpose under the sun.
3 words that we often hear in faith, Christianity, religion, and certainly in the culture, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if folks really understand this or are ready to accept what they are asking for. Thy will
be done.
Be done.
That's right.
Doesn't come with a guarantee that it's yours, right? How did you reconcile that thy in that framing, right? Thy will be done on your life to make that difference.
Listen, when I look at my life, what I've been through, I've been preaching since I was 18 years old, so that's almost 30 years now. The reality is, I've had to submit to God's will. I could have, went into a profession and made a boatload of money, but God will be done. I have to follow His steps, and because of that, I'm doing pretty good for myself. Not on the back of the church, but on the back of the brains and the skills that God has given me. So at the end of the day, we have to learn how to submit to His will. We have to learn how to understand that His will and His calling is much greater than our own imagination. And so one of the things I hope that people will get out of the book is they will read the book, first of all, and see that even from your low situation, God can turn those, low valleys into high mountains, and he can give you some paradise too.
Well, I mean, I don't know nothing that has not grown with a little bit of dirt on it.
Come on.
So
you got to have it.
You got to have it just a little bit.
Even if it's, your enemy's throwing it on you. Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Because we do grow, trees certainly grow in two directions, right? They grow down and up. And so that may not make sense in the carnal, right? Yeah. But I understand that, folks have to walk their walk. I'm in studio this morning with Pastor K.W. Tullis. This is First Things First. We are unpacking, I'm understanding his walk, his newly released book, Born to Make a Difference. We've talked about, his origin story coming out of Compton, California. He reminded us that he was born of a 16-year-old mother, and whatever ideas y'all may have about what that should have looked like, I'm looking at something that don't look like nothing you were projected, right?
Come on.
And so we're going to continue this conversation. He has some other things upcoming. You need to get this book, Born to Make a Difference. Right now it's on Amazon. It's also, we'll give more information when we come forward, or how else they can find it. Stay with us. James Farr in for Dominic DePrima, only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
More of First Things First with Dominic DePrima when we come forward.
On represent collard greens, I got what you need if you want it.
Los Angeles, the wait is over. For 1 year, Lonell's Soul Food Cuisine has been feeding this community with love, and now it's time to celebrate. You're invited to the 1-year anniversary and official grand opening of Lonell's Soul Food Cuisine, where every plate tells a story and every bite feels like home. We're talking golden fried chicken, slow-cooked collard greens, cornbread straight from the oven, and desserts that'll have you calling your mama. Come through. Bring the family. Bring the neighbors. Bring everybody. Lonell's Soul Food Cuisine, 8501 Vermont Avenue in Los Angeles. This is more than a restaurant. It's a celebration of culture, community, and the kind of cooking that warms you from the inside out. 1 year strong, and he's just getting started. Lonell's Soul Food Cuisine, 8501 Vermont Avenue, Los Angeles. Come hungry. Leave happy. Always.
My name is Cynthia Mitchell. I've been an emergency room nurse in Los Angeles County for 25 years. I've been there through every fire season, every outbreak, every earthquake. Every time Los Angeles needed us, the doctors and nurses of Los Angeles County showed up. And right now, I'm seeing another disaster coming. Trump's cuts to Los Angeles County's healthcare system are a public health crisis in the making. Medi-Cal, public hospitals, disaster preparedness are all at risk, but we can stop it. Measure ER fights back against these cuts. For a half a penny, we keep emergency rooms open, care within reach for working families, and doctors and nurses serving the communities we love. When you vote yes on Measure ER, you're not just voting for healthcare, you're voting for LA. Vote yes on Measure ER by June 2nd.
Ad paid for by Yes on ER, Restore Healthcare for Angelinos, sponsored by St. John's Community Health and Health Justice Action Fund. Ad committee top funder, St. John's Community Health.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The BLM Center for Black Power is a hub for Black activism in the city of Los Angeles, a standalone nonprofit affiliated with Black Lives Matter LA. The venue is home to live events, meetings, and organizing drives for Black-led community-based organizations. It is also the base of operations for Black Lives Matter LA. Built on what used to be a nuisance property owned by an arms dealer, the BLM Center for Black Power is in the heart of Leimert Park and has opened its doors to everything from youth organizers to toy drives to film screenings and community town hall meetings. To make a donation or make a request, please visit blmla.org. That's blmla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
The conversation continues right now with Dominic DePrima on First Things First.
Yep, that's right. Well, I mean, Dominique's voice is not deeper this morning because it's not her. I'm James Farr. I'm sitting in for Dominic DePrima all week long. We have comprehensive election coverage. We're bringing candidates to you this week. I get to be curious and ask a bunch of questions. And really, you know, whether I say it outright directly or not, Fred said it when he called here asking about the governor's race. We should ask them all, what are you going to do for black folks? It's just a straight up question, and we ain't backing off of that here at KBLA Talk 1580. I am in studio this morning with the good brother, the senior pastor, K.W. Toulis, who is the pastor of the Wheeler Missionary Baptist Church and the author of this new book, the writer of this new book, Born to Make a Difference. I'm understanding the paving stones,
yes, sir,
that have brought us down this pathway. We're having, you know, some of the best conversations off air. But as a side note, because I'm interested in visiting your church, Pastor.
Yes.
However,
yeah,
do they still fry chicken in house, or y'all outsource that to the grocery store?
You know what?
That's important. So think about it.
One of the beautiful things about Weller Street is we provide, we give food. We don't sell it.
I ain't buying it.
Listen, I'm just saying. Most people have fundraisers. We don't sell food. We give away food, and we got some pretty good cooks at Weller Street.
Pretty good cooks.
Some pretty good cooks at Weller Street.
Now I've been interviewing candidates all week.
Have you?
And I listen.
Okay.
Ever so well most of the time. You never answered the question. My question is, do they fry some good chicken at your church?
We have members at our church that fry some good chicken, but I want you to know, don't sleep on superior chicken. Don't sleep on
don't sleep on it.
Don't sleep on
I'll
superior.
pray. I will have to pray.
Yeah, you pray. You
but
come get you a piece of superior chicken, you won't know the difference.
See, my auntie May growing up ran the kitchen at the church.
Listen, let me say this. Chicken died for preachers to live, so we know something about chicken.
You know what?
All right.
I'm done. So you recently had a book release, event signing, and that. While I know you orate from the pulpit and are forward facing and speaking, I don't read you as someone that relishes in having a book signing.
Okay. That was all part of the process of rolling the book out. I'm the type of person. I'm a grassroots guy. I like to be in the streets. I like to fight for the people. I mean, that's what I've been doing for over 20 years here in Los Angeles. And I want to thank all the listeners who have supported me through the years here in Los Angeles, because we're all about making a difference. So I'm grateful for that. And a big part, the book is a great thing. It's just something for me to reflect on, but we have to build on it, as she said earlier. There's so much more to go. That was something, I have 3 wonderful children, 25. I got a 20-year-old college football player and a 12-year-old. I want to make sure they understood who their daddy is and the work and the walk of their daddy. And so I put it in the book, hoping and praying that they was my first they all received my first 3 books, my 3 children and my mom, the 4th one. And so I just want them to know where their daddies come from. I mean, I know they have it a little easier nowadays because they have a daddy that really works hard for them and really try to pave the way. But I really wanted to write this book to really highlight my journey.
Yeah, because I mean, it says, and what I was reading about it before I got my hands on it, is that it's more than a memoir.
Yeah,
I think I understand that.
Yes, sir.
What at least what I'm getting from this This is legacy.
Yes, sir.
This is his history.
Yes, sir.
This is something that we certainly all should be doing more in community, memorializing, right?
Yeah.
I was very vulnerable with you when I just shared with you before the break. I never asked my father or grandfather that question. I could ask, obviously I did ask you. And I wish that was something that my curiosity had led me to. Not that I was trying to, discern because my line is disconnected. I'm a heathen. Outside them streets.
No, man, I feel God's blessings all over you, man. And I want to thank you for just guiding this conversation this morning. You make me feel free, and so that's that spirit within you, and I'm thankful that you was raised by a godly family, and your tradition of being a PK. You take the odds to a whole nother level. Look at how great you're doing, man, and you're doing a marvelous work.
Thank you. Bro. How can people, if they want to get their hands on this, we got just a couple of more minutes. This time goes by so fast. And I hope I honored and served this great body of work. How can they get their hands on this? Miles, can they see this?
Listen,
am I pointing it the right way? All right.
If you want to get the book, go to KW Tulloss, TULLOSS.org. You can pick up the book there, KWTULLOSS.org, or you can go through Amazon or Barnes and Noble. And you can find the book on both those locations. We're Amazon bestseller now. So we want to say thank y'all so much for your support. Book came out in January. We're doing tours now. I'm preaching all over LA and all across the world. And we ask that you pick up the book, read it. If you would like to invite me, I'm at the Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church. You keep saying Willer, but it's Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church, even though we're on Gless Street. You all can come on and check me out there and hit me up there, and we'll make sure we get you.
Traditionally, 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock service. What are the service hours?
Our service hours is 9 a.m., and we're out by 10:30.
Amen.
Every Sunday.
Amen. All right.
Baptist Church.
We
know how to do it. God don't play about our time.
You know what?
I'm timing.
See, I got too much history, but I'm going to trust you on that. That chicken may put me off.
Come on down. Come on down. Weller Street. We're in the downtown Boyle Heights area of Los Angeles, last remaining Black Baptist church there. We're celebrating over 82 years of ministry. I have a great congregation, a church full of people that like to go out and make a difference. Every fourth Saturday is our day of service. We're out on Skid Row feeding over 300 people hot meals, fried chicken, and all that good stuff. And we're also giving out free groceries to the community. So come by Weller Street. It's a good church, y'all. If you're looking for a church, come on by.
Pastor, I appreciate you sliding through here this morning and sharing this word with us and this great body of work, folks. You too can pick up your copy, Born to Make a Difference. And if for no other reason, I hope it inspires you to write your own legacy, your own story for your children and your descendants, so that there is a record. We certainly need more of that. Well, that's it. I mean, this time flew by so fast. I'm here all week. I know that's a joke. I'm here all night, but no, I am here all week, and I'm looking forward to being back on this microphone tomorrow morning. Tavis Smiley show is up next, and I just peeked at the lineup. Few surprises, but it is an amazing lineup. Make sure you stay with us. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Pastor, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We got your black.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Chicago's Black Mayor Brandon Johnson is launching a year-round youth peacekeeping program.
We will issue $900,000 in grants to trusted and experienced violence prevention organizations to execute this program.
The initiative hires young people ages 16 to 24 to help prevent violence through conflict resolution and community support, with adult advisors providing mentorship. Conservative commentator Candace Owens is denying claims of a security threat tied to a controversial event at the University of Georgia. Owens says the UGA chapter leader resigned over internal issues and calls reports of safety concerns surrounding Erica Kirk's appearance pure fiction.